Hello and welcome to POLS 1101, American Government. This is Dr. Carl Snook. Sitting beside me is my daughter Xana.
Hi,
Uh,
that's me.
Xana's going to be a sixth grader this year, going to start middle school. And from time to time, we'll say hi to her as the semester goes along. But for right now, we'll ask her to take her leave so that we can go ahead and get started on the material.
Yeah,
Say goodbye, Xana.
bye.
All right. So So the first module we're going to talk about mostly is just going to get you started on the semester. Try to spend a good deal of time looking at the syllabus. It kind of represents the rules for the course. It'll answer a lot of questions. I would say that whenever an instructor dedicates a week of an 8-week course to any material, then you should think of it as rather important material. During this week, you'll have an opportunity to look at the rules of the course, what's going on with the course. You'll get a chance to read my personal introduction, and you'll also be able to write one of your own. I would like it too if you would read everybody's introduction, or at least a handful of the introductions, and respond to them and start to try to build a learning community amongst yourselves. It's okay for you to interact outside of class if you desire. Just remember that I should probably be the first person that you go to if you're trying to get an understanding of an assignment or something like that. After all, whether I'm right or wrong, I'm the person who knows what I meant to say, and so maybe I'm the best person to try to translate that for us. Uh, as you'll see, if you're looking at the syllabus, I'm going to have online office hours between 10 and 11 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays. And obviously, I'll meet with anybody via Teams at any time that you want to set an appointment, so long as maybe I'm not out of town or anything like that. So I'm saying Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 11 or by appointment. Now, that's not the only times I'll be checking my email. One of the things I'm going to try to do a lot this semester is go about my business, but give myself the little notifications on the phone. And if you need to get in touch with me and I get a moment or two, I'll try to respond. Certainly within 24 hours. An exception might be if you contact me on, Saturday afternoon, you might not have me get back to you until Sunday evening or something like that. But my goal is to be as accessible as possible and to be as helpful as possible. One of the big mistakes people seem to make in a online summer course is either they don't take the course too seriously, or they don't get into the opportunity to learn, the excitement of actually gathering knowledge during their summer, right? If your goal is to not learn anything at all, but to still get an A, you probably won't get the A. You might pass the course, but if you don't learn anything, then going forward, everyone else who's taking this course will have learned something and you'll be that far behind. So I want you all to succeed. I've put my personal phone number on the syllabus. I am not going to be in the office during the summertime. I'm just going to run the course from my home. So Microsoft Teams, telephone calls, and obviously emails, right? If you would think of the opportunity to send me an email, has to take up some of the space of, well, what would happen if I just asked him a question at the end of class, right? If you have a face-to-face course, there's a lot of times you come down to the front at the end of the lecture or discussion that we have in class, and you just ask me a question. Well, feel just as free to send me an email as you would have otherwise to send me a question in class or give me a question in class. Now, I prefer that my messages from you come through the campus email rather than through the D2L page. So there'll be a place on D2L for you to send me a message. Uh, Please don't do that. What happens is that if you send me a message through D2L, it looks like a message from my campus email. At least I get it through my campus email. I respond to your message, but then you can't send it back from the campus email to D2L, and it will bounce back to me. And of course, if I'm away from the desk, or I am not paying a lot of attention, it could be several hours where I've thought I've responded to your problem before I get the message that bounces back that says this was undeliverable. So it's much more convenient for all of us if you just send it through the campus email to begin with. And like I said, I'll try to get back to everybody in less than 24 hours, sometimes in almost real time, because I will have my email alerts going. So this semester, we are going to be using the Logic of American Politics textbook. That's the Cornell, Jacobson, Kuser, and Vavrick book. If you use any of the editions, 9th or 10th preferably, you should be fine. Keep in mind that if you're using an edition from 2018 or 2020, that some of the characters have changed, right? They didn't know for a fact that Donald Trump wasn't going to be the president in 2021 and 2022 until after the election. So if you are reading a book from before the 2020 election, you're going to you might have the wrong person. I would also say that a lot of the information, a lot of the key terms, they stay the same from edition to edition, and it's only over the course of several years that they change. So if you decide to save a little bit of money by getting the 9th or the 8th edition, you're probably okay, so long as you continue to keep track of who holds various offices. And there'll be some questions involving who's the Speaker of the House, who's the Vice President, who's the Secretary of State, that you might want to know this semester. So keep that up to date. We're not going to have exactly current events quizzes. We're not going to have current events quizzes, but knowing who these people are might be questions that you have on your exams. Also, you should have a computer where you have access to YouTube. Everybody, I suppose, has access to YouTube through their computer, unless their computer just doesn't work very well. But some of the videos that we're going to be watching, including this one, right, are originally YouTube videos. So you need to make sure that you can access that and that the computer doesn't lock up. They should all be closed captioned if you need that. It's also sometimes useful if you're sitting in a room full of people who are talking, or there's a television going, that you can turn off the sound and close caption and sort of read along, but still be part of your friendship group or your family while learning. The syllabus talks a little bit about grading. The grading will be out of 400 points this semester. We're going to have 6 written discussions. What will happen is you'll watch a video. You'll respond to what you heard in the video. You'll also respond to what other people are writing, just as though we were having an in-class discussion. And people who contribute and engage will get full credit for these. It's a nice way to help your grade. Now, there's not going to be extensions, right? So if you don't do the discussion, don't expect at the end of the semester to just write 6 discussions and send them to me by email. You need to keep up right along. But so long as you do that, as long as you engage the discussions, as long as you read what others are writing and and add to the group discussion, you will get full credit. There will also be 8 quizzes on course material. One of the quizzes will actually involve the syllabus. So once you've read through the syllabus, all quizzes and all exams in this course are open book and open note. So have the syllabus with you and complete the questions. That's the main grade you're going to get from Module 1 is your personal introduction, which will be the first discussion, and your quiz grade for Module 1, which will be on the syllabus. We're going to have a nice little assignment. I enjoy it. It's a top 10. I've become fascinated with top 10 lists in recent years, and because this is a political science course, I thought we would look at something involving top 10 people in American politics, and in this case, who are the top 10 most powerful women in American politics. And it will be, I believe, the Module 3, where you'll get the information on doing this assignment, and the assignment will be due the next to last week of the course. So you're going to have about 4 weeks where you're going to look and discover who the most powerful women are in American politics, largely in your opinion. But beyond that, you'll have to defend your opinion. And what I'll do is I'll give you better instructions, more complete instructions on that at a later time. But be aware, and if you start to build in your mind, think about what is meant by power. The definition of power is going to be in Module 2 when we